Let's see. I'll also, even for those who haven't been subscribing, following and sharing is definitely a good way to support. So thank you, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and reveal our next Game Master. Obviously, you know, I'm actually wondering if his voice is any better, because guess what? We've got Mikuyama here, who has strep throat, but unfortunately I think his games are deadlier than the disease he has. So come on in, Mike. Come chat a little bit. Hey, Mike.
Hello, hello.
Hey, are you feeling any better?
Oh yeah, my voice is holding fine. I mean, fortunately, I caught it really early because my mom had it, so I knew I might have had it. So I've just been taking my medicine, so yeah, it's been more preventative than anything else. So yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, I was just...
I am a little more tired than usual, but that's about it.
Oh, Sleepy Mike. That's okay, Sleepy Mike. I don't think this game is going to be a sleeper hit. I think it's going to be huge.
No, it's not.
So what do you have coming for us today?
Well, this is last week's favorite. I might as well just spoil it. As you said, Cutthroat Island. Or I hope I can still give this game out. But yeah, it is the movie Mega Bomb Cutthroat Island.
Oh yeah. I know that we've had this in matches before, and
yeah, I think it was Proton John and Kuso 2.
I think so, and it was also in a gauntlet at one point because let's just say
I gave it a minecart level. It's very special.
Special is a good word for that. It's
yeah. So this was actually the game I initially wanted to give to the people last week for Shabibinmon, and I think I might have actually given them a nicer game. So
you know, I actually really enjoy playing this game. I'm not gonna lie. I think that
really.
Yeah, I think that it's hilarious.
It's definitely bad, but it's also kind of enjoyable in a really Kuso way.
Yeah. Okay.
Dowolf, no, it wasn't that minecart level. That was experts. This one is a different minecart level that is debatably even worse than experts. I mean, sorry, not experts. Expedients.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, you're gonna see a lot of game overs in the minecart area.
Yeah, for sure. They're like, you know what? People are beating this game too fast. What can we do in order to slow them down? And I'm really glad that we had the minecart section in one of the gauntlets because it was perfect. It's the best.
Yeah, it's one of those things that once you memorize it, it's not too bad, but even then, you still need to be very aware of your surroundings, and if you just make one mistake, you're gonna die.
Yep. And we will see if
but getting to that point takes at least 5 or 10 minutes, if not more.
I'm working on getting everyone captured, by the way. So it'll just be a couple minutes, and then we can start getting ready for the pain.
Sure thing. So, unlike last Kusogr4nde, which I think was played in the Super Nintendo version, this will be in the Genesis version. I don't think there's too much different about it, aside from electrofarts.
I mean, electrofarts are always good. They're needed in life.
Also, not only is the game interesting, but the movie is interesting.
Now, I didn't even know this was a movie. Because it's known
for being one of the biggest, I think actually the biggest box office bomb.
Wait, seriously?
In Hollywood. Yes, when accounting for inflation, yeah. It lost something like $150 million.
Man, I want to be a director now. I can make a bomb as big as Cutthroat Island. We can beat that record. You know, if anybody wants to loan me a few $100 million, let's do this. And then I'd go and accidentally make a good game. I know how, or a good movie. I know how it goes.
Well, the number in the reason why I say 150 million because the inflation number that I have is from 2012, so it's probably topped over 150 million at this point in 2019.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. I saw Barbie for a second there. Sharif? Always pulling out Barbie. Well, you know what? I think that we're just about ready. I don't know if this is my favorite pirate-themed video game, but it's pretty high up there. Like...
Yeah.
I know we were talking about some pirate games yesterday. Assassin's Creed 4 is amazing.
Yes, Jangle Storm is correct. They did cancel an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie project to focus on this movie instead.
Oops.
I don't think it was canceled because they wanted to cancel it. I think it was canceled because I can't remember the exact reason why. Like, Arnold wasn't interested, or it was too much money to get Arnold, or whatever.
Cool. Well, you know what? Arnold should have been in this movie, or video game.
Huh, interesting, T. Murdoch. Well, it's still one of the biggest box office flops that was ever out there.
Okay, that's still pretty big.
I mean, if
yeah.
anything, the game was probably more profitable than the movie.
Let me see, I'm just waiting for Tapioca to respond here. Oh yeah, is there anything on character selection? Good point. And are they starting with default options?
Yeah, literally default option, because there is only one option, which is sword player brawling. And you really, really don't want brawling.
Oh no.
I mean, imagine a game where you have a sword, but you end up punching everything instead. Red Queen Anya, I've seen some screenshots. It was actually from a Jezebel article of all things. And for a movie with $100 million budget, the jewels and gold looked awfully fake in screenshots. Like, it looked like jewels and gold you got from, like, craft stores, like Michael's or something like that.
Okay, I think, obviously, we need lots of pirates ready. We need anything that is remotely ocean-related. If you have minecart, spam those. We're doing the countdown.
And spam your emotes. And it's interesting, because people are already talking about the production of this movie, and both Carolyn Petit and Carol are right. Carolco did the Rambo movies and Terminator 2, so they're both correct.
Spam away as soon as I start, or one of them starts the first level, we will be starting the timer. As soon as I start the first level, no. Shaw. What a good name. My name is Shaw.
Hi. Yeah, but before we talk about the production, we should talk about the game itself. So this game is kind of sort of a beat 'em up, and the reason why I say that is because there's beat 'em up sections, but there's also a lot of like platforming here and there, especially later in the game. And the beat 'em up sections are pretty simple. You generally just want to use your sword and space out enemies.
Yep.
Also, is it just me, or is Zelnu in kind of slow motion?
I think it might just be you. Wait.
Okay.
There is a little bit of lag.
Okay.
Yeah, it's slower for Zell for some reason.
Yeah. And now they're on the first boss, who will shoot you in the face a lot. Basically, you just kind of want to block his shots and kind of crouch and poke him, I found was the best strategy. Although, Tapioca made short work of the first boss. However, that means Tapioca is the first to reach the minecart stage, which also means he's probably going to be the first to game over.
Okay, I'm just giving Zell a heads up that it looks like their game is speeding up and slowing down, and I'm not sure why. Tapioca, though, is... You know what?
Yep. He ran into a tree.
We have 3 out of 4 people who are stopped at the moment. You know what? This is why we have people test controls.
Oh, I know what happened. So... RetroArch's kind of dumb. This is a 6-button game, and I think they all set up the buttons, and then they forgot to save them, because RetroArch's kind of dumb like that. Because you have to save your config settings.
Oh, that's really possible, yeah. You know what? Maybe it would just be good to restart for everybody. Okay, I'm asking them all to start over. We're going to go ahead and go to the title screen. Okay.
And for Tapioca, you know, who was ahead for that minute or two, said just game over anyway, so we're setting works. Yeah, Amazing Toaster, the cart section is super not okay. I remember renting this game as a kid, and I didn't get past the cart section. You know, even though I liked most games as a kid, I remember not playing this one very much when I rented it. Like, maybe I just didn't like it.
Huh.
And Zell's stream seems to be running fine now.
No, it's still a little bit slower.
Oh, it was running fine. Now it's slowed down. Weird.
Okay, so we are currently working on getting everything working. It's going to be just a few minutes. Welcome to Kusogr4nde. Every once in a while we have technical difficulties. You never know exactly what's going to happen. Uh-oh, we get advertisements. This doesn't look like Cutthroat Island. Looks like... Oh, no. I saw a minion. Mike, I'm terrified now. Well, let me go ahead and hop over here. We're going to relax as they get everything ready.
So now is probably a good time to comment a bit on the movie's production. Yeah, so as someone mentioned before, Karolko, they had 2 things going for them at the time this movie was being produced. There was an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. I don't remember the details, but that fell through. I can't remember if they didn't have enough money to get Schwarzenegger in, or the movie just didn't look like it was going to be completed. But either way, that fell through. And the other thing they had going was this movie. It is worth noting, but at the time of this movie's production, this movie, Karolko was already bankrupt. This movie was their only chance to stay afloat.
Well...
Yep, so you can guess what happened. And here's the crazy thing. As people mentioned before, this is the same company that produced Rambo movies. They produced Terminator 2. They produced Basic Instinct. What else did they produce? Total Recall. Ooh. So these are very, very successful movies. So how did such a successful, movie production company wind up with being so desperate that Cutthroat Island was their only option? So from what little I've read and the bit of research I've done, so what Karolko did is very common now, but unheard of at the time, is that they would pay a ton of money for movie stars. Like, I think they paid something like $10 million for Arnold Schwarzenegger to appear in Terminator 2, and that was like unheard of at the time. In fact, back then, I know this is going to be really weird for some of you, but like Hollywood was complaining that they were, spending too much money on a star, too much. It was just like ridiculous how much money they were spending just to get a star.
Oh yeah.
And while this did help Carolco, lock in stars for their movies, it also meant that they had trouble making a lot of profit off of their movies. There was also the fact that one of their films, Cliffhanger, the way the contract worked, they actually only had a minority stake in the movie, so they didn't really make that much money off of the movie, despite the movie being fairly profitable.
Huh. Okay.
And that's interesting. According to the Arnold movie that fell through, Cutthroat, the Arnold movie fell through because it surpassed the $100 million they had. So that kind of fits with the whole Carolco thing. It just sounds like they not only made a lot of money, but they burned through way too much money too.
Oh, nice. You gotta spend money to make money, Mike.
And yes, MJU Ray, this is the movie that killed Carolco, although they were already dead when making this movie. Yes, directed by a Finn, Rennie Harlin, who's known for directing such films as Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and Deep Blue Sea. So he's created some movies that were successful Hollywood, like profitable blockbuster movies. I wouldn't say he's ever really made like a good movie. So that's probably why they wanted Harlan on this movie, because Cliffhanger was successful, and that was another Carolco film, and they wanted a successful director. What's interesting is that Carolco had so little money during the filming of Cutthroat Island, and apparently the script was rewritten, and Harlan himself paid $1 million to get some Oscar-nominated scriptwriter to actually rewrite the script. And as far as I can tell, even though I've never seen the movie itself, the script seems absolutely terrible.
Oh boy, that sounds hopeful.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch this movie sometime. Anytime I get a chance to see a movie that destroyed a production company, it's a good time.
Okay, well, there's even more to talk about the movie's production, but it looks like the players are ready to start again, so...
Sweet. Okay, I've got confirmation from everyone.
Looks like the game is running okay on Zelnu's stream this time. It doesn't seem to be slowing down.
I believe you're right. Everybody spam those emotes again, because we are doing the countdown in Discord. Spam is good. Even... the actual spam. I don't know. I'm okay with spam.
Like spam the food?
Yeah.
Or, you know what? I've never had spam.
Really? Fried spam is delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be too salty, but I don't know.
It's pretty salty.
I should probably try it sometime. Does spam only come in those cans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on how you make it, and if you mess it up, it's just terrible.
I've heard it's part of Hawaiian cuisine and Guam food too.
Yeah. In Hawaiian cuisine, it's pretty dang good.
Well, maybe I'll just pick up a can of spam just to try it out sometime.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've had spam musubi.
What's spam musubi?
It's like sushi, except you use spam.
Weird.
It is weird.
Players are on the first stage again. Tapioca is struggling a bit with the first boss. It's really a good idea to take this boss a little more slowly, block the shots, and just so you have more lives for the minecart section. Because the more lives you have for the minecart section, the better.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need all the lives you can get to really learn the minecart. And this game has no continues. When you game over, you start all the way back over. I mean, the game has to live up to its reputation of being cutthroat.
Like, it's kind of cruel that right after the first level, everything is terrible. But, you know, I can't really blame the game. Everything's already terrible, like, based off of the history that you gave.
Also, I think Oh, wow. Almeida already game overed on the first boss.
Oh, no. You know what? Whatever. It's the first 2 minutes. You can game over. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's not exactly unexpected. Tapioca, you better go down or else you're going to hit that tree again.
Oops.
And so, about that special move, the bi-directional stab, I have not been able to get that to work.
So, question. Do you have continues in this game?
No. I said when you game over, there's no continues.
Well, I wasn't listening,
I probably gave them a nicer game when I gave them Shabibi Man as a backup.
I love this. It's really cruel.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I could have given this to higher point placers, but you know what? We're at the point where, like, it's all critical matches if you have, 10 or more points. Oh, no, 9 or more points. And I feel like if you're 9 or 10, maybe be a little nicer, but if you're in the 12 to, 20 range, then I say, whatever goes, goes.
Yeah, and this group has about 12 points per player, so...
Yep.
It's
either first and fourth or third and seconds. Yeah, it's really weird, because this game is 1995, and it's no continues, which is really unusual for 1995. And Carol is right, this is a long game. There's at least 9 or 10 stages.
Oh, are you serious? Oh,
yeah,
no.
I got up to about stage 7 or 8 before I gave up on it. Because stage, I think it's 8, is this cavern that's just so long and has so many blind jumps and it's so dumb.
Yeah. Oh, so the company that made this also made Blaster Master 2. This is kind of the... It's true.
So what you're saying is that this is their masterpiece.
Or Blaster Master 2 was their masterpiece, Oh, they worked on some ports of Double Dragon 3. Yeah.
Blaster Master 2 is their disaster piece then. Oh, Double Dragon 3. There's 0 good versions of that game.
Well, okay. How about Mortal Kombat 3 for the Game Gear?
Probably the best version. The NES version is probably the best version, and it's still not that good.
Mortal Kombat 3 for the Game Gear?
I can't imagine that being good, much less playable.
I love it. Like, do they have anything good? Wait, they did a port of Bubble Bobble. Maybe that was half decent.
Yeah, maybe. So, who was this developer again?
They're called Software Creations Limited.
Oh, yeah, they made the Genesis Double Dragon 3, which is based on the arcade, and as people are saying in chat, the US arcade Double Dragon 3 is pretty special because it's literally pay to win.
Oh, no. Yeah, it is.
As in, the shop in-game does not use an in-game currency. You have to put in quarters to buy the stuff in the shop. And some of that stuff is like special moves and extra lives and the like. So everyone's really struggling on the minecart, which is... No surprise. The best way to memorize this stage is to go by the fencing guards and seeing how many you pass by until you have to move up.
You just need to either memorize or take notes.
Well, that's what I mean. So, as a general rule, bottom's a little bit safer. There's definitely a long stretch in the beginning where you just stay in the bottom for like 4 of those fencing guards. But even as they make good progress through the minecart, they're going to encounter this really dumb setup at the end where there's a fat guy in the bottom, a rock in the top, and they have to like really quickly switch or else the minecart will kill them.
Like, I don't understand. There are no tracks for this minecart. I don't...
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely 2 tiers to it, but there's no tracks.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there a minecart section in Cutthroat Island, the movie itself?
I don't think there is, actually. When I saw the synopsis of it, like, there's a fight, there's a mutiny, you know, they go to an island to try and get some treasure, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I haven't seen the movie. And there's this big pirate ship battle over the sea, which is one of the reasons why this movie's budget was over $100 million. And while $100 million might not sound like a big budget today with all the Marvel films, back in the 90s, that was a very, very huge budget.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that the beginning fights in this game are actually fairly reasonable. I'm not sure I understand the portrait at the top, though. It sometimes flashes, looks around.
That lets you do some super move, and I'm not sure how that works. And the problem is, I couldn't find a manual of this game, only for the Game Boy and the Game Gear versions. So, I don't really know what the flashing portrait does.
Let me see if I can find something. There's the Game Boy one. That's not gonna work. Game Gear. Yeah.
It's actually worth noting that Cutthroat Island was filmed in a bunch of areas, like parts of Europe and Japan, because since Kuroko made a lot of big movies, what they did is that they made deals with these companies where they'd be like, you'll have exclusive rights to stream in your country if you let us, you know, film here. And they were like, yes, because, you know, they made films like Terminator 2 and Cliffhanger and Basic Instinct, you know, all of which were very profitable, not really realizing that there was this stinker of a movie coming along.
Oh, yeah, it's not good stuff. I'm trying to see if there are level descriptions. Apparently there is a... Oh, you do learn some different moves throughout the course of the game.
You do.
And those
I did
can be
look
helpful.
at a long play of this game. At the very end of the game, you learn this uppercut, which actually looks really useful. I would say that's probably the most useful of the moves you get, and you don't get that until the very end of the game. Honestly, like, one of the most effective things to do is just to crouch and poke, because it's really good range. It's worth noting that the 2 characters aren't terribly different, but out of the 2, I thought that the female pirate, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head now, I think she's the better character, because she seems to have better range than Shaw. In fact, we can see her name right now in Tapioca's stream, and is Morgan. Okay,
Morgan and Shaw. Like, who would name their kid Shaw? I'm just thinking. Like, I knew a Shawberry, or Shawberry, or however you want to say it, and that was kind of a cool name, but just Shaw?
I mean, maybe it's one of those, like, single names. You know, like, the guy has an inflated ego and thinks he's a superstar. My name is Shaw. Uh-oh, Barbie on...
Yeah, like Cher. Sharfers.
Yeah, and, yeah, he's not a fan. I mean, I wouldn't be a fan either if I was given this game.
I'm sure there are people with the first name of Shaw. I mean, considering that I'm in Utah, though, we have names that never should be first names here.
Like what?
No.
Is that a...
Like, oh, let me see. Worst Utah names. The thing is, like, people get really creative with names for some reason. Let me see if I can find some of these names.
I mean... What else is there to do in Utah? So you just got to be creative with the names.
How about Presley? Presllee.
Wait, Presley as a first name?
Yes.
Why?
Taeber, Taeber. Sadie, Saydee.
Wait. So Sadie is actually like a first name.
It is, yes.
Jewish, but like the way that's spelled is just an abomination.
How about Jackson, Jaxon? Basically, as soon as you can find a way to mess up the way you spell something, it's a Utah name. Okay, how about Kaylee?
So Utah fact, Utah can't spell names.
Yeah, Kaylee, Kayleigh. Jasmine, Jazmyne.
Wait, Jazmyne?
Yep.
What, really?
Yep. There's Keldrix, Kelldrix.
Actually, Chaos is kind of right. That spelling of Kaylee is actually proper spelling of Kaylee.
Oh, okay. Some people like that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's Keldrix is pretty good.
Keldrix?
Keldrix.
Is that like some kind of corporate product testing that you're doing with your child or something?
It also might have been a cartoon in the 90s, you know? Wow, I don't even know how to say this name. Kiara? Keyairaa.
Wait, spell that again? Key.
Keyairaa.
I don't even know.
I don't know. Let's see. They're just
you know that kind of fits our pirate theme. Kiara.
Oh, and Felicia, Felecya.
Wait, you mean Felicia?
Felicia later. Like, seriously, if you... like, there are times where I see a name and I'm like, that's definitely somebody who was born in Utah.
I feel like I'm being let into, like, some kind of secret cult or order with all these names that you're telling me. I have to keep this name secret among the, 200 or 300 people who are already watching.
No, it's okay. Everybody just... If you want to be creative with how you spell a name, come to Utah because we accept it.
Yeah, apparently.
I like Keldrix. Keldrix. I still don't understand the weird thing with Utah names, but look, I was thinking about making a Utah name generator because they're just strange. Oh yeah, here's a good picture for everybody, a mix and match. I'm gonna share it in chat because it's relevant. Here you can learn how to... Did I actually copy it? I don't know. Because you can just take from...
One thing as we're just like watching people just die in the minecart repeatedly over and over again is that it's worth noting that Gina Davis back in the 90s was a really big movie star, and pretty much after this movie she's never really recovered since. Part of that is that she did create her own foundation for gender and media studies. This back in 2004, but like after Cutthroat Island, like it's pretty notable that her work dried up.
Yeah, I could see that.
And the thing is, like, she was a big star. She even either won an Oscar or was nominated for an Oscar for The Accidental Tourist back in 1988. No, actually earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. She was also in Thelma and Louise, which was really big in the early 90s, and A League of Their Own, which was also pretty big in the 90s, and Beetlejuice, which was, I don't know if it was Tim Burton's breakout film, but it was one of the earlier Tim Burton films that got him noticed. And yes, she was married to the director of Cutthroat Island. That is one of the primary reasons she's the lead character in Cutthroat Island.
Okay.
And apparently, they would rehearse while they would, go to bed and stuff like that. I don't know.
Really? That's strange. It's like 10:30 at night. It's like, you want to do one more scene? It's like, okay.
Yeah, they've divorced since. I think they divorced sometime in the late 90s. But I don't think it was quite over Cutthroat Island, but maybe it was.
I was going to say, I saw her and I saw that she was in Beetlejuice. I was like, that completely makes sense. As Barbara Maitland, but I can't remember.
She was one of the main characters. She was the wife in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you're right. No, she was in the Stuart Little movies. She did great there. You know? Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, part of it is because she, made her own foundation and, does work in gender studies in the media now. So, like, it's not like she hasn't been doing anything since then. She's still been doing good work.
It's actually pretty awesome, yeah. Get into what you love. Get into something good.
That is true, Caroline Petit. She was an Olympic archer. I don't think she quite qualified for the Olympics, but she was considered very good.
So, I don't think we've had anybody beat the minecart quite yet.
No.
We're 18 minutes
noticeable.
Oh, what a beautiful game.
It's kind of what I expected. I do expect most of the players, if not all of them, to get past the minecart, but it will take a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that long. It's just very densely packed and a lot to memorize. And if you misremember something, then you're pretty much going to crash.
Yes. Oh, and there goes Almacia. That is a game over.
I'm not sure who's gotten the farthest yet. I think it's Tapioca, but I'm not 100% sure. Another thing that's kind of funny about this movie is that when they were talking about this movie back in the late 90s, both Gina Davis and Harlan were like very excited for this movie. They were saying like, oh, this is going to be a great film, blah, blah, blah. But like a couple of years ago, in a radio interview, KCRW, which I think is a California radio station, Harlan says, and here, I'll even link the article.
Okay.
That Carolco has been so mismanaged that it was broke before Cutthroat Island ever went into production. According to him, between Carolco's imminent demise and the fact that distributor MGM was being sold, there was never going to be an appropriate marketing budget for an atypical adventure film being released at Christmas. It's worth noting that the film released in December 22nd, 1995. And here's something that, and here's apparently a quote from the interview. I'll tell you another detail that people don't know about. Originally, Michael Douglas was supposed to star in Cutthroat Island, and he walked away. At that point, I was left there with my then-wife, Gina Davis, and myself, a company that was already belly up. We begged to be let go. We begged we didn't have to make this movie, and I don't think I've ever said this in any other interview. We begged that we not be put in this position.
Oh, no. That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah. Which makes sense because, obviously when you're doing publicity for a movie, you don't want to say, wow, this movie's totally screwed and Carolco is broke and has no money. You want to be like, oh, this is going to be a good movie, and try to promote it some. But, it's funny that he just came out with it just 15, 20 years later.
Yeah, I can understand, you want your film to succeed. And in your contract, you probably can't talk bad about the movie. Oh, Chartreuse was right at the end there, Mike, but unfortunately the rock.
And Tapioca has made it.
Nice.
So stage 3 is kind of interesting. It's actually a very fast stage if you know where to go. There's a lot. What the players will have to learn is that you can actually go into the background. And so if there's like an alleyway, you can go in there. If there's an open door, you can go in there. Or maybe even closed? Yeah, no, just any door. If there's a door, you can go in there. And while it might not seem like it's worth going in the door, some of the doors have 1-ups in them. This game actually has a ton of 1-ups littered throughout the entire game, but most of them are in really dumb hidden spots.
Yeah.
But the ones in this stage are actually in fairly reasonable areas. So if they take the time to explore, this is definitely a good stage to try and make some progress and shore up on some 1-ups.
Yeah, getting extra lives.
Not only to recover from the minecart, but to prepare yourself for the stage after this, which is another auto-scroller with a ton of one-hit deaths.
Oh no, I don't remember that one, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth noting that, yes, people are mentioning Matthew Modine, which is unfortunate for him. Apparently there's like no chemistry between Davis and Modine. It's worth noting that it's more than just Michael Davis, apparently, according to the Wikipedia article.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were a lot of actors who rejected the lead role. Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, Russell Crowe, Liam Neeson, Jeff Bridges, Ralph Fiennes, Charlie Sheen. You know what? The section doesn't cite any sources, so I think they're just throwing in A-listers to kind of like emphasize that this is a disaster. So it's not. There's no sources, so there's no verifying this. But still,
yeah.
The Michael Douglas thing is verified, though. But yeah, just like Charlie Sheen, Michael Keaton, Tim Robbins, Daniel Day-Lewis, Gabriel Byrne. No source, of course.
It's possible. Maybe it's the producer who wrote this section. You know.
You're right. Yeah, it's Ray Fiennes. Yeah, I forgot.
He's just like, let's go ahead and talk about how much my movie sucked. I'm gonna make an article about it. Publish it under somebody else's pen name, you know.
What's notable is that out of all the movie critics, I think Roger Ebert actually gave it a positive rating.
Hey, Zell is moving on to Spitalfield. Very nice. Zell and Tapioca have both made progress. That's definitely first and second place right now.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, Zell can easily overtake Tapioca if he gets a handle of this stage faster than Tapioca does. Tapioca seems to be struggling a bit with the fact that you can go up and down into the doors and the like. And now Tapioca realizes.
There we go, and double sword. That's going to be helpful. I think. Hopefully it's helpful.
The double sword doesn't really do that much, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Oh, Tapioca unfortunately getting grappled. It looks like you can grapple in the fighting as well. The fighting actually seems a little interesting.
Yeah, the fighting's not bad. It's pretty basic by beat-em-up standards, but yeah, you can, attack them, you can grab them, and then either, kick off them like you just saw Tapioca did, or you can throw them backwards, to try and, group up the enemies a little better. I don't think you can hit multiple enemies unless you're doing your jump attack, which is a good attack. It's a little weak, but it does do a lot of damage.
Trying to think. Hey, it looks like Chartreuse is through a stage. Was that just stage 1? No, Chartreuse is moving to Spitalfield. There we go.
There you go.
Almacia is currently in 4th, but She is still doing her best.
This match is nowhere near over.
Oh, yeah. He's rocking this. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Zell is down to 1 life and is not finding any of the 1-ups. So if I remember correctly, the correct route to go here, if you want to just directly go to the boss, is to go through the alleyway, then go to the right, and then go through one of the doors on the right. And then you'll fight a clone of Shaw. At the end.
Wait, why is there a clone?
There are 2 1-ups in other doors, so it is worth exploring all the doors for that reason alone.
That didn't really help, though. Why is there a clone?
I don't know.
Like, is this something they did in Cutthroat Island? They just clone pirates?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a palette swap, so maybe it's supposed to be a different pirate, but they were too lazy to make another sprite?
I mean, that sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have the lavish budget that the movie had, so... If they did, then this game would probably be an ugly 3D rendered, with those SGI machines.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine that?
I can.
Cutthroat Island in beautiful rendered 3D. Or, full motion video. Well, not full motion video, but like the digitized sprites, like Mortal Kombat. Because I think this game was published by Acclaim, as any good licensed game in the 90s was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, this company did make Trog.
Country.
They did make Trog, which wasn't exactly the best game in the world.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, they made Treasure Master.
Alright, unfortunately, Tapioca is actually struggling a lot more than Zell is. Even though Tapioca was the first to get off the minecart, Zell seems to be handling the combat a little better, and of course, as soon as I say that, he's getting hugged to death by these guys with the hammers.
The hammer dudes are just rude. It looks like he decided to get outside and just try to not die.
They seem to both be repeating the same door over and over again. I'm not sure why, but I hope eventually they realize that, you don't have to fight all these enemies, and you can just freely roam around as long as you're not getting hit by the enemies. But it seems like it's going to take them a little while.
Yeah,
it's interesting because they completed the minecart faster than I thought they would, and probably faster than the first time I did it. But then, they seem to be having trouble with kind of the non-linear stage structure of this stage.
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing is, the game has been linear up to this point, which isn't saying much because.
The game itself is fairly linear for the most part. It's just this stage that has the really weird. This stage, and there's an island stage that has weird non-linear stage structure. And to be honest, I was very lucky to find the exit very quickly in that island stage. Because that stage is so bad. Alright, well, unfortunately, it looks like everyone is game overed. However, if Almeida does really well in the minecart, he'll have a lot of lives for his first time in Stage 3.
By the way, if you enjoy this music, Mike, this was also done by one of the main composers for Dead Space 3.
Really?
Oh yeah, and multiple Harry Potter games. Yeah.
I've never played Dead Space game. I hear Dead Space 1 and 2 are good, and 3 is not nearly as good as the first 2.
I've played a little bit of the first one, but I haven't finished it. This music needs...
Tapioca taking a pause, maybe just taking a stress breather, I don't know. It's actually not a bad idea to do in the minecart, is to use pause strats to get through.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Slow progress is better than no progress.
Exactly. And honestly, it'd be faster progress than just dying over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I think that the thing is, a lot of people don't think about pause strats because they're like, I'm trying to play the game, I'm just trying to get through it. But every once in a while, you just need to cheese, and cheesing is 100% allowed in Kusogr4nde.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, now that I know about the movie's production, I'm really curious about the game's production. I mean, I'm sure it was just something that was, you know, banged out in a short amount of time, you know, to be released roughly the same amount within the same time frame as the movie, but
oh yeah.
Still, I mean, the budget not quite as high as the movie, especially looking at this background in the minecart stage, but you know, this kind of basic MS Paint background that we have going on.
It's
but,
so
you know,
generic.
It is. It really is.
What the crap is it even? Is it a river? Is it just a pyramid?
Maybe it's one of those optical illusions where if you look at it from one angle, it's a river, and then from another angle, it's a field with some cut trees on the side.
Okay.
Anyway, it's probably supposed to be a river.
I mean, probably, Mike.
And Zell showing off that he knows how to get through the minecart just fine because he is back to stage 3 and he went through the alleyway, so he knows about going through the alleyway, which is a good thing.
Isn't that actually required?
Yes. That's why it's a good thing. I think this room might be the room where the boss is. There's still a lot of enemies to fight before the boss.
Oh, I'm trying to think. It looks like Zell is jumping around a little bit, enjoying the fights here. Like, yeah, Zell definitely knows what's going on here.
Yeah, so kind of what I expect from this match is that the players will be making by far the most progress toward the end because they'll be able to at least semi-reliably get through the minecart and know how to get through stage 3, which is important. And speaking of that, Tapioca's back to stage 3.
Very nice. I think once you figure out how to get through the minecart section and at least remember it well enough to do it, then it's very doable. But until then, it's terrible. It's so bad. Well, I think Almeida is taking a little bit of a breather. We'll have to see if he opts to continue. I know that he's a little bit frustrated with this game, as Discord has shown. I'm just fingers crossed that, you know...
It's understandable. The minecart is very frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's worth noting that Zell is on the boss. So, Zell knows the route through stage 3 now. Unfortunately, he's kind of trading blows with the boss, which never works with the bosses in this game. I told him that the game is 6 buttons, and the reason why you even use the top 3 buttons is to block. And blocking is actually very good in this game, because you don't take any damage.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's nice.
And Clone Shaw just owns Zell. So, Zell has definitely made the most progress, but if any other player can figure out this stage, then they'll definitely be able to catch up to Zell.
Oh, yeah. It's honestly still is anyone's game right now.
Yeah.
Almeida taking another game over. I like the pirate animation there. 2 frames just bobbing up and down.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat. Yeah. So I like that everybody is staying with Morgan, who I believe is definitely the better character of the game.
Yep. I really think she's the better character solely because her attacks seem to have more range. That's really it.
Yeah.
Tapioca's paused. It looks like he's going to try and ask us a question Discord.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead. Thank you, Tapioca, for staying kind, because, yeah, the person in the chat did share a spoiler. He's sharing with everybody else.
In Tapioca's stream chat, so Tapioca shared it with the competitors.
Yes. Okay. If anybody does get hints and does not disclose that they get hints, that is a forfeit for the match. If they share the hint in Discord, then no forfeit. Everybody gets it. It's just time that person out.
And it looks like Tapioca's on the boss too. So this is both a good and a bad thing. It's good because they know how to get to the boss. It's bad because they didn't explore the other doors, and there's at least 2 1-ups in Stage 3. And that was really how I made a lot of progress in this game, was getting the 1-ups in Stage 3.
Yeah, I think the 1-ups are going to be extremely important. Oh, this jester is
Tapioca
cool.
is struggling so hard with this guy with the chain. I don't think he's going to be able to overtake Zell, who made it to Clone Shaw, but didn't land any hits on him. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So that is definitely, as of right now, a little more than halfway through the match. That is Zell in first, Tapioca in second, Sharfers in third, or Sharif, and Almeida in fourth. These positions can pretty easily change, though.
For sure. Like, honestly, this game does not take long to get through places once you know how to do it.
Exactly. The big thing is that they're just going to want to learn how to block. What I'm kind of surprised is that no one has really taken advantage of the crouching poke. It's a little harder to do when you're not in the forest 2D sections, but when you're in the forest 2D sections, down is just crouch, so you do this crouching poke that has a very, very long range.
Okay.
And it was really how I made good progress through the game. Actually, it seems like Tapioca has discovered the poke.
Nice. Yeah,
See?
Tapioca is using it right there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so good.
Exactly. Like, that's how I made good progress through this game. So if Zell is smart, he'll actually save the gun for the first boss, which really owns the first boss. I think if you just don't use the gun at all until the first boss, you will actually have enough ammo to outright kill the boss.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
that's perfect.
And it looks like he's using that strat, because I have not seen him fire the gun once.
Yeah, he's also using mouse strats, which I 100% endorse. Keep that mouse up there.
The Kuso experience.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Almeida, I'm hoping for you. Please beat this level. It's a very, very dumb level. Okay. No, the rock! Oh. Like, I have a bad feeling that, like, this is Almeida's last life. It's gonna be a game over, and another game over might be really demoralizing.
Yeah, and not only really demoralizing, there's also the fact that it does take a little while to get through, you know, the stages and Stage 3, so it will be harder for Almeida to catch up.
Yes.
So Zell has 1 life for the Shaw Pirate. It looks like the gun didn't quite work out for him, but he got really lucky there, and yeah, it's just forcing the Shaw Pirate to block a whole bunch and might be able to beat him. So one thing about this game is that if you are knocked down, it is really hard to recover, because you basically have to try to block right away, and if the enemy does a meaty enough attack, then you can't really block as you're getting up.
Well, Zell is in the lead, moving on to the carriage chase.
Oh, there's no chance he's making it past here. So this is the other auto-scroller. You can run or jump off of this carriage.
Yep.
There's also poles that'll push you off the carriage, and Zell just jumped off to try to dodge the cannonball.
What a
The cannonballs
video game.
are an instant kill, so he did have the right idea at least.
Well... That is still a lead, though. Tapioca has a good chance, though, if Tapioca can make it back to the boss in this stage.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He could potentially move back into the lead.
This is not set in stone at all. Cutthroat, I never thought of that, but that makes sense, because if you're crouching, the cannonballs can't hit you, and most of the poles won't be able to hit you either.
Gotta use the cheese strats, Mike.
That is a really good cheese strat, actually. I just never thought of that. If you want to crouch in the beat 'em up sections where you can go up and down, I think you hold down and jump, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Yeah, you can actually
Okay.
crouch in these beat 'em up sections where you can move up and down.
Yeah, that would definitely help. Oh, and Almecia has learned that strategy right there using the sword poke.
That's good.
Good, good.
Okay, so Tapioca has the gun for the chain boss, so that's a good thing. Hopefully he doesn't die beforehand. Oh no, one of the shots was blocked. Okay, but he at least took off half the boss's health.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just gotta take it a little bit slow. Don't rush. Well, I
As he
mean,
rushes in.
the ducking strat would probably
Okay.
be good. Boss is down. Moving on
This
to...
is going to be a little dicey for Tapioca. He's probably going to need some good luck on this boss. Okay, he's using poking strats. I like it.
Oh, good. By the way, Sharfers is on to the boss as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sharfers is on his last life.
Yeah, there
and
we go.
very
That's
low in
dead.
health.
And Tapioca
was
is dead as well.
And was basically stuck in block stun while the boss just pummeled him to death. As I did say that you don't take any damage while blocking, but you can also get stuck in block stun, and that can make it very hard for you to get a safe opportunity to get out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Almecia, that one rock keeps messing him up. I mean, I'm not too surprised. I'm glad that Almecia is able to get through the first level without taking any deaths at this point, though, because that gives more attempts on the minecart. I'm just holding my breath. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Living on a prayer here, Mike.
Yeah. I'm hoping too.
I like that
want
you can
Almecia
see
to make it to
under the
stage 3.
ground at some points, and it's just sky down there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. What a good game.
High quality game, Mike.
Okay, well, Zell is back on the bosses and has a ton of lives this time. Yeah, Almecia's making it far, but it's really the last few stretches that are really tripping him up.
Oh, yeah. Zell is having a little bit of a hard time with this pipe. No, Zell's got it. 4 lives.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it just seems you spam sword a lot, and that seems to work. By the way, I've tried that special move, the spinning slice. I can't do it. I don't know why. So let's see how far Zell makes it this time. So first cannonball, what's going to happen? Okay, good.
Almeisha
it is worth noting
into the wrong
that
track.
the enemies can knock you off. Okay, he knows. Okay, the cannonball did hit him, but he knows to jump over the poles, which I didn't even notice the first time I was playing. I was wondering why I was even getting knocked off. Okay, so Zell discovered the double jump, which you do by jumping twice straight up. Oh no, don't jump off, Zell! Zell's actually pretty far in this. Might be able to make it through if they don't jump forward like that. He did make it pretty far in the stage. He made at least about 4 or 5 cannonballs in.
Let's see. It looks like everybody wants off this wild ride. Yeah, I can't. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, at the same time, back in the day when we had 2-hour matches, Bangera was pretty much stuck on one screen for the whole 2 hours. And it looks like Almeisha has gone offline. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that off.
I think Zell is playing without a microphone, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see.
Do you need game sound?
Nope, no game sound.
Nope,
there.
no sound.
Let me see. I'm just trying to listen.
Tapioca seems to have
He
sound.
can just do whatever the hell he wants.
Also using voice there, if needed.
That is true.
I'm just going to go ahead and play our own music.
That sounds fine. I mean, you could even play Momoko's theme from last night if you wanted to.
Oh my gosh. Do I still have that link?
Oh, or you could play the title theme, which is pretty hot too. I can link it to you in Discord. The whole OST.
Send it to me, yeah. So we are getting close to the 10-minute left mark. Right at this point, it appears that Zell is in the lead, having made it to the carriage ride. Tapioca is doing a pretty good job trying to get through to the carriage, but unfortunately this pirate is a big butt. Chartreuse has made it to the boss, but unfortunately has not made it through boss section number 1. He's only been stuck on the second one.
Okay, just sent it to you over Discord.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get some Final Zone in here. Final Zone 2 specifically. Well, you know what? It's not the first time we're going to have somebody leave. Oh, it looks like Almeisha's connection died.
Oh,
Probably.
okay. I thought he rage quit.
I thought so too, Mike.
Yeah, this is one of 2 songs with the lyrics. So, MJU Ray, there's also a Japanese version of this song.
Oh, very nice. So, what we're going to do, Almeisha is going to keep going, or depends on what Almeisha feels. I'm letting him know, let us know if he has any significant progress. Yeah, and if needed, Almeisha can do a local recording. He's completely fine to do that and then upload it. What a game. Sharfers is very upset about the game, as is Barbie, which I completely understand her emotions about this. This is one of those games that I personally really enjoy, Mike.
Really?
I don't know why.
The game's kind of enjoyable until the end. The end is just really stupid because there's so many blind jumps and so many cheap deaths.
Yeah, I completely understand why other people would hate it, and honestly, I think it brings out a lot of emotion. But, you know, it's like with Miracle Rocket, I felt a lot of emotion, but I still really enjoyed it.
You mean your emotion was, I hate this game, this is miserable, just complaining about the entire time, and then at the very end you're like, I like this game.
Yep. Exactly, Mike.
I mean, I can understand that. I've had games that I've been frustrated with, but I thought also were funny as I was playing them.
Oh no, Zell taking a death right there.
Oh.
Just gotta duck under the cannonballs. Don't let them get you.
Yeah, either duck or move out of the way.
That
it looks like some of the cannonballs can hit you if you're ducking, because that one went really low.
Uh-oh.
Although, no, Zell isn't ducking. Oh, that's such a huge hitbox!
It's giant!
Yeah.
Well...
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I wasn't about to say much. I was just about to say there's not too much time left to this match, so this is pretty much the player's last attempts.
I think so. Yeah, this is the final stretch to see if anybody can make some progress. Zell has really done well,
Tapioca possibly passing by Zell, but they need to get to the 4th stage with an ample amount of lives and learn it real fast, and that is honestly really difficult.
Yep. Like, Sharfers, I still feel has a chance of moving out of 3rd place. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. Sharfers would have to do the same as Zell. Sorry, not Zell, Tapioca.
Yes. There we go, Tapioca moving on to the 3rd stage. They're really just trying to hurry right now, and I think that is the wise strat here.
It is the wise strat.
Conserve your lives, rush a little bit, maybe go grab the guns so you can hurt the boss really quickly.
Oh, yeah. It's worth noting that this game does have double tap dashing. I didn't even think to tell the players that, because I just kind of naturally did it playing the game, because when I played as a kid, and it's just something from the era, but maybe I should have told the players. Doesn't really make a huge difference until like some of the later stages.
Yeah,
I actually have to make jumps.
I would definitely try it, just because
yeah,
I get frustrated when it's slow.
Yeah, fair. And the nice part about the gun is that it is a guaranteed pickup. The only drawback of the gun is that the boss can sometimes block your shots. Also, I think you lose it if you lose a life, so Tapioca has to be pretty careful here.
I think Tapioca just used the gun, unfortunately.
Makes sense. Rather use it than lose it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Welcome to the party, Morgan. Yeah. Like a map piece.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Almatia's back up. Still struggling with the minecart.
But yay, never give up, Almatia. Good.
I'm glad he's not giving up. Yeah, so unfortunately, because Tapioca didn't have a lot of bullets left, he has to fight the boss the honest way, which honestly, I don't know how you fight the boss honestly, because I remember just shooting him a bunch. Is how I took care of him. And the boss is kind of showing why you don't want to fight this boss honestly.
Oh my
I guess
gosh.
you don't want to bring a sword to a chain fight.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is Tapioca's last attempt, so if he can't get past this boss right now, okay.
Okay, but still, one more fight here with this dude.
Yeah.
Shavi 2.0.
Unlike Zell, he doesn't know the strat of just mash B a bunch.
I'm really concerned about Sharfers going into this area with 1 life. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. I don't know who's made it farther into the fights. I'm pretty sure it's Tapioca, though. Because I know Tapioca in previous attempts has gotten the boss down, the Shaw clone down to like half health or so.
Yeah, I think so. Then again, Sharfers is keeping the gun.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, that's
but
definitely
there's
good.
still Dark Shaw after it. But if he gets past this stage, that puts him in second, because only... No, wait, did Tapioca make it to stage 4?
No.
Okay. Yeah, then if Sharfers manages to make it to stage 4, then that would definitely... Uh-oh.
No,
He started
get away.
way
Move
too
away,
close
move
to the
away,
boss.
move away. Oh, that's a death.
Yeah.
That
so the
is
places are locked
solidifying
now.
it. Yep. I want to... Oh, no! That is a death for Almacia. There's no way anybody's going to be moving out of the places that they have, unfortunately.
About which was worse, the game or the movie? Well, the movie lost a lot more money. So, probably the movie, just in an objective sense.
I love it. Yeah, I can't imagine they put too much money into this game.
Yeah. But, yeah, when I was just reading up on facts about this movie, it was just absolutely fascinating, because it's just... You don't hear it mentioned much anymore, but it was just such a disaster. And when you hear about the company, you'd think they'd have so much money, because Terminator 2, like the Rambo movies, Basic Instinct,
like they did some really good movies.
Yeah. Not only really good, but made a ton of money, too.
Oh, yeah.
And Zell is KO'd in stage 4. However, since no one else has been able to make it stage 4, he's still in first place.
Okay, there we go. Almacia moving on to the mine cart. Everybody is playing up until the bitter end.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was really hoping Almacia could make it to stage 3. I think stage 3 gets some pretty awesome music, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
Okay, Mike.
The music in this game is very electro-farty.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that I can really remember.
Well, here we go. That is time. That is the match, Mike. Everybody, you can stop crying for joy or crying for pain. Either way, you can stop it, because as it turns out, Zell takes the victory, Tapioca second, Sharfers third, and Almacia stayed in there, but unfortunately takes a 4th place. Oh my gosh. What a painful game, Mike. I think they're gonna be really angry.
Probably. It's really bad.
It's bad. Oh, it's so bad. But I like it. But it's bad. Yeah, it looks like other people are agreeing. Almacia said, what an unenjoyable, irredeemable piece of crap. Tapioca says, the bosses, man, completely unpunishable. I'm convinced.
I mean, they can be punished. You just have to poke them really carefully.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Zell. Welcome in.
Hello.
So, we're getting a little hate towards this game. What are your opinions here?
It was not good, but I also don't play a lot of beat 'em ups to really compare.
Okay. It was.
But the fact that I found mashing one attack button the most successful strategy.
Yeah, so I've played a lot of beat 'em ups. This is not what I'd call one of the good ones.
No. Oh, it's not good. But you still continued on. You made it all the way to stage 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
You made it pretty far into stage 4 too, but stage 4 is just so mean.
Everything just one-shots you.
yeah,
It
pretty much.
It actually seemed like it was actually fun. If it hurt you instead of one-shotting you, I think it would have actually been alright.
So it's worth noting that you can actually crouch, even in the areas where you can walk up and down. If I remember correctly, it's down and jump to crouch. And that helps. And someone in chat was saying you can cheese out stage 4 by crouching and poking at stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, you were doing a pretty good job dodging, but some of those cannonballs, just based off of the perspective, how are you even gonna see where you're supposed to
It
go?
didn't make sense. Perspective.
Yeah, there was one that seemed to hit you by about a third of the screen away.
Yeah, about that.
So, funny thing, Sharfers, the minecart stage is not that long. It's just really mean and densely packed, so it seems a lot longer than it really is.
It's very cruel. I
you
would
have
agree
to
with
memorize it, just like you said.
Yeah, I think the very end is the only one I actually saw the obstacle before. It
Yeah,
hit me, and I had enough time to dodge.
Oh, good. Because it's really easy to get... I don't know, that caused so many deaths, Zell.
I was writing it down. That's how I solved that.
That's a good strat. The way I did it was that I did it by like how many fencers he had to pass through before he had to move. But writing it down's really smart.
Well, congratulations on your victory here. I really enjoyed it, even if you didn't. And I don't believe any...
Percentia says he enjoys this game.
I love it.
He does have a viewer's choice. If you are viewing it right now.
Oh, I would love to play this
win.
game. Give it to me. But seriously, anything you want to say before you take off?
No, I don't really have anything. Again, just thanks for having me, and I said that before. And I'm still going, so...
Oh,
And
yeah.
You have a good chance of making it back to the bracket.
Actually, based off of the points, you are pretty much in there, so...
Oh, boy.
I think you need at least second or first in your next match to get into the bracket.
Wait, really?
So you have a good
That's
chance.
That's not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
These are 12 pointers, so he'd be at 22 points, and
You're
he'd be at
right,
least
second or
29 to get
first.
into the bracket.
So, go kick some butt, and we'll see you later, Zell. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Mike, thank you for this game, and we'll see you later. Go
Oh, no
keep
problem.
getting better, man.
And all I have to say is that I just looked at 2 screenshots of the next game, and it looks like a very hot, spicy game.
It's a game. Well, everybody, this is Kusogr4nde. Say bye to Mike. We'll see you later.
Hi, bye.
Bye. I want to give a shout out to Royal Blue Wizard for gifting a sub over to Karaoke, Second Brew for dropping some bits,